Great, so thanks a lot for sending in your video, and I'm going to do my best to help you. So watch your front foot right there. You see what happens when you pop your back foot up? Is that your front foot actually comes up and off of the board. So it's very, very important to keep your front foot on there, and you really want to have your front foot in contact with the board the whole time, because you have to have your front foot drag up the board. So if your front foot leaves contact with the board, there's no way for your front foot to drag the board up into the air. The thing that causes the motion of the ollie to go up into the air is dragging your front foot up. So that's super, super important. Cool, so this is the first step to practice on the ollie, and I want you to just stand still and just practice that. Don't try to ollie, just practice popping your board up, and then stand still and just practice dragging your foot up the board. So practice dragging your foot up the board for a while, because I want your front foot to get really used to that motion of sliding up the board. You're building up your muscle memory there, so you got to do it a lot so your foot just knows what to do without even having you have to think about it or anything like that. So that's the main thing that you're doing wrong, is that you're bringing your front foot up off the board instead of doing that drag. And it's a simultaneous motion, so as soon as your back foot pops on the ground, your front foot should already be dragging up that board and pulling your board up into the air. So make sure as soon as your back foot pops that your back foot lifts up as your front foot is sliding. Cool, so that seems like a lot, but once you practice the steps separately, it'll be a lot easier to just put them all together. The main step, again, that I want you to practice is just standing still on the board and dragging your front foot up. Cool. The other thing that I wanted to go over with you is the huge, huge, huge importance of being really comfortable riding your board. So I didn't see you ride around a whole lot, so I don't know how good you are at turning or pushing down the street or how comfortable you are, but just from the looks of your video, it looks like you could probably work on that a bit more just to get really, really, really comfortable on your board. That's such a big deal, because if you're not fully comfortable and then you try to go into learning the steps of the ollie, your uncomfortableness with just being on the board itself can actually hold you back from progressing any further. So the first thing I want you to do is just push around. Ride to school, ride to the store, ride down the street. Make sure you're being safe and on the sidewalk and things like that. But yeah, the more you're on your board, the better. And then do the steps that I laid out for you here in this video. Cool, so for any of you guys mastering the basics of skateboarding or wanting to progress fast in your skating, click the red annotation and get Skateboarding Made Simple. It is different than the tutorials on YouTube because it really breaks the tricks down and it's a whole program to follow.